Those were the headlines we've been tracking for you this evening on What's Brewing Today. Bengaluru-based kids personal care brand Tuco Kids has raised $4 million in a Series A funding round led by RTP Global with participation from existing investors Fireside Ventures, Whiteboard Capital and MG Investments. Founded in 2023, Tuco Kids caters to school-going children aged 3 to 13 with products ranging from soaps and sunscreens to deodorants and even kids' makeup. The company has grown 10x in a year, reaching over 2 lakh parents across India. To talk to us about the fundraise, the journey so far and what's next, I'm now joined by Aishvarya Murali, the co-founder of Tuco Kids. Aishvarya, welcome to Startup Street. You are building a new category in kids' personal care, catering to school-going children aged 3 to 13, like I mentioned earlier. Tell us, how big is this opportunity and what unique needs are you solving for this age group that neither baby products nor adult formulations address?
Thank you so much. Lovely to be here. Very exciting. I think the kids space is very exciting for me at both a personal level as well as a professional level. Personally, I have 2 kids and I have personally suffered myself once the kids outgrew the baby age to find products for them. And I'll explain why. And professionally also, I think this is a space where with today's India of nuclear families and so much of spending power that moms have and parents have, it's actually something where parents have realized that they need to sort of focus on their children, whether it's differential education, be it international boards, differential food, organic, etc., apparel, as well as now skincare as well.
Sure.
I think that to answer your second question, so the opportunity itself in kids, as we are reliably told by investors itself, it is one of those key theses that it's going to grow in the next 10 years. And we want right there in the thick of that growth. From a personal standpoint, why kids' needs are different, I'm sure anyone who's a mom out here watching or a parent out here watching will know that the minute kids start going to daycare, things change. They're not babies anymore. They get dirty. They need sunscreen. They get dandruff, they get lights, and like you rightly mentioned, at age 7 or 8, they all want to emulate adults when it comes to wearing makeup, any of those things. So I think the thing is that we see a lot of their needs are very, very different from babies and adults.
I agree with you. I have 2 7-year-olds, so I completely agree with you. But, Aishwarya, you've grown 10x in just a year with over 2 lakh parents choosing Tuco. What has been the biggest growth driver for you so far? And can you give us a sense of the sales traction so far?
So I think what we realized was that, this was actually an unmet need that a lot of parents didn't know existed. So when we tapped upon that message to say, don't use adult skincare on children, I think that it just worked wonders. Organically, I think a lot of parents came back to us. So 2 things worked. The fact that, adult skincare even today has a lot of chemicals in it which are not suited for children. Maybe they're okay for adults, but they have a lot of chemicals. This message resonates with a lot of parents today, and they're stuck because they don't have options. The second is actually our reason to believe. Like we don't use any fancy ingredients, to be honest. We use things like haldi, saffron, mint, ginger, besan, uptan, these things that, we used as children. We resonate to these ingredients. Our products are actually more modern formulations of exactly traditional ingredients. So I think these are 2 messages that deeply resonated with our customers. So it was very organic over the last year, if I would put it that way.
Absolutely.
That's growth.
Yes, and your portfolio spans everything, like we discussed, soaps to sunscreen, deodorants, and even kids' makeup developed in-house. So what's next in the pipeline and where are you manufacturing currently? What kind of volumes are we talking about?
So we actually have manufacturers now. Over the last year, we only had 1 manufacturer last year when we raised our first round. Now we have about 5 manufacturers across India. So we have makeup with a separate person. We have sunscreen. Sunscreen is a huge category for us itself because we need to use safe UV filters, etc. We have that with a different person. Our personal care, our core personal care sits out of Kerala, and so on and so forth. We do diversify manufacturing, but all of our formulations, licenses, like you said, our innovations are held in-house. So when we want to formulate, we put the entire formulation together. We invite the formulation to sort of various folks to sort of do it for us, and we pick we think sort of meets the quality the best.
Okay.
So that's how sort of on manufacturing.
You know, Aishwarya, sustainability is a big differentiator, and your formulations are packaged in 100% landfill and ocean reclaimed plastic. That's what you claim. How has that resonated with parents? And most importantly, what challenges does it create on the supply side?
So the thing is that it's almost 87 parents. We ran a survey. 87% of parents who bought from us know that we are 100% recycled, and they state that as a key reason for why they love the brand. This actually, what they're telling us is their children are coming back, because today's children are way more aware than our generation was in terms of all of this. So they are coming back and saying, you know what, this is a brand that gives you 100% recycled plastic. So they love it because of that, and a lot of awareness amongst existing customers about our sustainability mission. Supply chain wise, yes, it was difficult, and it is always going to be difficult, I think, because we almost took 10 months to develop the unbottled, because we were not ready to settle for 20%, 30%, 40% PCR. We did want 100% post-recycled plastic. So it did take us a journey, and contrary to belief, our bottles are actually more expensive than virgin. You believe that reclaimed plastic would be cheaper, but it's not. It's more expensive.
It's not. Absolutely. And one final question, Aishwarya, we are running out of time. Very quickly, looking ahead, where do you see Tuco Kids in the next 3 years? Any revenue targets and your offline expansion as well? And do you just see yourself as a kids' personal care brand, or is there a larger play in wellness and lifestyle?
So absolutely. I think over the next year, we are racing. We want to become a 100 crore brand, join the 100 crore club in the next year. And in the next 3 years, I do see us sort of hit the 300 to 400 crore mark for sure. That's really what our ambition is from a revenue standpoint. From a kid standpoint, I think we will focus in BPC till we reach about 100 crore. But then we want to be everything kids. I think we want to stay true to the DNA of serving today's Indian children. So even over the next couple of years, we will look at everything kids, whether it's nutraceuticals and other allied therapies that we could potentially go into.
All right. With that, it's time for me to wrap up our conversation. Many thanks, Aishwarya, for joining us, and wish you the very best with all your growth plans.
Thank you so much. Thanks.